Good evening, friends. I'm Pooja Gandhi from Kirin Advisors. Welcome to the Bureau of Marinetrans Limited. Marinetrans, established in 2004, is one of the leading sea freight forwarding company. Their offerings includes freight forwarding covering both sea and air freight. They lay forged partnerships with diverse intermediaries to offer ancillary services like transportation, multimodal transportation, project cargo handling, third-party logistics, um, multimodal transportation, project cargo handling, third party logistics, packaging, loading, unloading, and unpackaging of items. Joining us today, Mr. Tiraj Kotian, promoter and managing director. Welcome, sir.
Good evening. Myself is Tiraj Kotian. Hi, everybody.
Good evening, sir. Mr. Ashish Diobansai, strategy advisor. Welcome, sir. Mr. Praveen Kundar, CFO.
Good evening.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Nikhil Joshi, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Dinesh Hamirwasia, Director NNM Next Gen Advisor, Private Limited, advisors to the issue. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody.
Now, I would like to request Mr. Ashish ji to give detailed presentation of the company.
Ashish, mute.
Mute.
Mr. Tiraj, till then you can start.
Yeah. This is Marinetrans India Private Limited. We are started with incorporated Marinetrans India Private Limited as a 2004. We started with the 6 people with the one small 200 square foot of office, and we have two promoters in this, myself and my one of friend, and we had only one office that time. We grown gradually. Our volume has now touched up more than 10,000 TEUs yearly, and that time our turnover was hardly anything about less than 1 CR. Now we are touched around 150 CR, and this year also projecting the same. And still we have a foothold in the market. Not even any कस्टमर, कौन सा भी कस्टमर जो है 5% से ज्यादा नहीं है, ये हमारा सबसे बड़ा बेनिफिट है. No dependency on the any customer. That's why this is a very stable company. Thank you.
Just to continue on the points of Tiraj, I would like to just mention that our company has started in 2004 by Mr. Tiraj Kotian, and our main business is lies is freight forwarding, which include sea, air, and road transportation. So basically, we work under the multimodal transportation license, and we are the member of the WCA. Next slide, please. So basically, if you look at the industry outlook, you have to consider that during the Corona time, logistics as a sector you can see as is a industry which is growing during that time, also tough time as well. So I will say this industry is a recession-proof industry where this is a necessary part of our day-to-day life. So I will say that considering this industry, if you look at the some statistics, I just want to highlight here. Basically, size of the industry is expected to grow by almost $250 billion, and more or less the annual rate growth is expected around 7.5% year-on-year basis, and expect to touch seven and almost $800 billion by 2030. So, considering the overall the market, considering the part of the logistics, I will say that technology plays the crucial role nowadays. And earlier, most of the parts happen is manual work. Most of things are happening manually. Now the technology is playing the crucial roles. Just to add here, the various technologies like IoT, blockchain are playing very crucial role nowadays in logistics sector. So, considering the going forward, also, I personally feel that the industry what we are talking about is one of the sun rising industry, especially if you consider the facts about the India, the port capacity, especially which are the crux of our industry, you can consider that is almost 1600 million tons of per annum is handling capacity what we have. And India is most, I will say that utilizing that capacity almost 80 to 90%. We are already there. Every year we are utilizing the capacity. So industry wise, this is an industry where demand is more. I will say the unorganized sector is converting more towards the organized sector. Next slide, please. So, what are the, I will say, what government has taken the initiative. So, I will say this is the three major pillars what government has taken the initiative. First is the national logistics policy. Second is multimodal logistics park. Third is government warehousing policy. Why these policies are important? So, basically, national logistics policies are here. Basically, the generalized what are the costs currently we are incurring in India is almost 14%, which government is targeting to come down to 9 to 10%. So this policy is definitely, I will say, is the major boon for the overall sector or industry. Plus, government is coming up with its own new multimodal logistics park policy where private, how public and private can come together and work together such a way that everybody can do the better connectivity for his customers and simplify the logistics. Third one is basically about all the government's warehousing policy. Warehousing is very important. Like if you look at the various initiatives taken by the government, the way industry is growing is very important. So government is basically giving more thrust on the investment in the particular segment. Almost 7 lakhs of crores of rupees infrastructure is invested by government. They are taking more initiative towards further investment and new initiative like e-way bill and everything. Government is trying to foster this industry so that logistics, which is considered as an unorganized player, converted them into organized side. Next slide, please. So most of us know about this ballistic dry index. So during the COVID time, it's increased significantly at higher side, especially 2020. If you look at the picture, but I will say that now it's like a normalized. What are the trend we have before COVID and now COVID current situation is more or less is similarized. Now it's stabilized. So I will say it's the stabilized period for the industry as well as for the India. Next slide, please. So our company basically, what is our mission and vision? So mission is basically we more focused towards our customer base. We believe that customer is the first policy where how we can give the better service to our customer. That is our major mission. Vision is that how we can foster the relationship with our customers, how we can give them better service, how we can provide one-stop solution to them, how we can fulfill their requirements as a company. That is our main forte. That is our main vision we are focusing on. Next slide, please. So, just to consider the history of the company, like almost we have history of almost 2 decades now, 2 decades now, and we have the global presence now. So, global presence is there. So, we are almost spreaded almost 35% plus countries. We are handling more than 50 plus ports, almost 35 plus industries we are serving. We are presence is 150 plus countries. So this basically indicates that as a company our spread is across the world. We are not just contained about a particular sector or segment or particular geographies. We spread our wings overall worldwide. Next slide, please. So this is a bouquet of services. Majorly, we are in the sea freight. Air freight is our main business. You can say that, but we offer completely logistic solution to our customers, which cover warehousing, transportation, custom clearances, 3PL, 4PL, packaging, exhibition cargo, door-to-door delivery services. So if you look at as a company, we try to provide all the services what are available under the logistics umbrella. We try to cover maximum there so that customer should give feel that all the service is available under the umbrella of Marinetrans as a company. Next slide, please. So basically, there are a lot of logistics companies are there in the market. Like our direct competitors are in the market. But what basically exactly make us differentiating compared to my competitors in the industry? I will say first is the lifelong maritime focus. Like our promoter background, if you look at his experience of more than 2 to 3 decades, particularly in this segment, plus promoter's background as well as our experience in handling the various difficult cases in the logistics sector, that given us the proven track record that we can handle the typical situations across the globe. That actually is our USP. Our success rate, or I will say customer satisfaction, if you look at, we are, I will say that almost 90-95% of our customers are satisfied because of our long term experience in the industry. Second point, we are more focused on the effectiveness and cost efficient process. As I just mentioned during our mission and vision time, we put customer first. We make sure that our customer should be happy first. We are not like other company who more focus on the margin business or short term relationship. We are here to for the long term relationship. We make sure that our customers should any queries or anything get resolved time to time, and we make sure that the customer should get the best rate in the industry, plus at the, I will say, rate should be reasonable but service should be world class. That's what we believe that, and that's what we are providing from last more than 2 decades. Our worldwide network is reliable. So the history of last 2 decades actually add lot of value to us, and actually help us to us plus our customers that ki, yes, Marine Trans as a company has a strength. They can provide the service across the globe, and our proven track record indicates that ki, yes, we have capability to give that worldwide services, and successfully we are providing these services more than 50 plus countries nowadays. And that's a proof that yes, Marine Trans as a company has a strong network, and management has strong experience to fulfill the customer's requirement. As more importantly recognized as expert knowledge, yes, our management has a proven expertise to handle the typical situation, which is people just feel that the freight forwarding industry is just like a giving the freight and doing the booking. It's not like that. Freight forwarding involve lot of things which involve custom clearances, transportation, lot of disclosure has to go to government and all the agencies. So promoters experience matters, and definitely Mr. Teeraj Kotian, who's come from the experience of this industry for the last 20-25 years, plus another promoter, Mr. Arun Hegde, also has a similar experience. And his team, most of our team members who are there, who are in the sales side facing customers one to one, everybody with the company from more than decade. So this indicate that the team what we have is a very dedicated team. They understand the sector very well. They understand how to resolve the problem, how to handle the global situation problems also across the globe, that we have successfully delivered. So I personally feel that our experienced management, experienced team, our 2 decades history, plus customers trust, faith on us, give us the added advantage compared to my competitors. Next slide, please. So just as I mentioned about our strength, basically, proven. I will say that the management qualities matters for any business. So our management has a almost 2 decade plus experience in the industry. We have operational wise practical ground, we know how to handle practically ground work also. That is our major strength, I can say that. And experienced team overall, as a management, as a operation team, as a back office team, we have the experienced people who are putting their hands-on experience resolving the customer's experience. Next slide, please. So, where what is our business strategy basically? What we are looking for, and what is our uniqueness or strategy part? We are more focused on the leveraging and enhance our goodwill in the market. So especially this, when you are in the business of export, people always believe that what is your goodwill, what is your strength in the market, what is your track record. So each and everyone will first focus always on the goodwill of that customer. What is his track record? I can proudly say that Marine Trans has already track record of more than 2 decades plus. Now our goodwill has given us the added advantage in the market. So we are planning to collaborate with the more partners to provide one-stop solution. So we want to add more services under our umbrella. So Second part is we already reach, as Teeraj has mentioned the initially in the call, we started our journey with the 510 TUs, and today we reached the TUs almost 10,000 plus. Now our idea is that we want to focus more on the number. At least we should give increase 30 to 40% of our what are existing volumes. That's what we are more focused on. We are more focused on reduction of operation and operation cost, and definitely achieving the more efficiency. We were as a company used to have the relationship banking relationship with the cooperative bank, where we used to pay the higher financial cost, financial interest rate. But now we have shifted with another our partner bank like IndusInd Bank, who was actually helping us to grow our financial strength. We are paying less financial cost to them. That is actually helping us to increase our margins. Going forward also, we are more focused on how to improve our operating margin. Next slide, please. So if you look at the overall as a structure, Marinetrans is a holding company. You can say that our major business, everything happened in the Marinetrans as a company only. I will say our subsidiaries Sea Hall and Marinetrans Private Limited, they do hardly some businesses, but our major ship, you can say that major company is the Marinetrans India Limited. Next slide, please. So here is our management team. The team basically come from the hardcore experience from the industry. What matters, as you know, that we are the part of the service industry. What matters is the management quality. So our management, Mr. Teeraj Kotian, he's coming from the industry background, carrying experience of more than 25 years. Same goes with Mr. Hegde. He's also carrying this of almost 3 decade plus. And most importantly, we have the dynamic young leader like Praveen, who handle the financials analysis, modeling, day-to-day financial operation, fund management. He is handling very efficiently. Actually, that help us, our company, how to roll out our financials despite having a lot of working capital constraint in the past. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned that the company has a proper organization structure, we have proper management. Our board is also consists of Mr. Benny DiCosta, he's our director. Ms. Vani Alva, she's carrying more lot of value to us. Shobha Rastogi, she's again our independent director. And more importantly, being a private limited company, converted to limited company, Mr. Nikhil Joshi is coming up with a lot of experience in the industry, carrying background of the secretarial work. He has efficiently put it down his foot in our company, try to resolve maximum queries. And I will say proudly, I can say proudly say that our today company has a, as per the what are the SEBI's requirement, we have the full compliance. Proudly say that being a short duration time, our management taken the effort, and I can say that Nikhil has supported us very well in during this whole interview. Next slide, please. So just to give the financial snapshot of a company, I will say that our revenue is 150 crore plus. Our EBITDA margin is quite good. Our profitability margin is also quite good. And volume wise, I will say that we are doing quite handsome volume. You can consider Maritrans as a wholesaler. Like when I want to define my business model, you can consider Maritrans as a wholesaler, and there are other small freight ones who take the rates from us and give it to their next customer. So actually, I will say that the company has grown over the period of time. Now we are looking for the further growth in the company, further strength in the company. Despite as our industry, the rates of freight rate has gone down, but I will say that we as a company always focus on the volumes. Our always focus the volume, how much volume we can do that. So Tiraj has always focused about the volume, how we can increase the volume. So Tiraj has completely given the focus, saying that yes, we need to focus on the volume despite there is a decrease in the freight rate. So we want to cross at least minimum 20% growth we want to look at going forward in our volumes. Next slide, please. So, if you look at my financials, more or less, I have just explained that we had 150 crore plus turnover company by turnover by March 2023. We have already performed that numbers. We have almost 1.5 CR net profit in the company. We have good EBITDA margin. And last 2 months, despite as you know that as I mentioned earlier, the freight rate has come down, but company has done phenomenally well in this last 2 months as well. Turnover wise, we are slightly down compared to overall year, but by volume wise, In first 2 months, we almost process 100, almost I will say that close to 2,000 TUs. So by volume wise, as a company, we focus more on the volume rather than putting on the top line. But I will say our margin has been improved. If you compare my last margin, it's almost now 3% compared to last year, 3% in last 2 months. Whereas the financial year, I had a margin almost 1.8%. Next slide, please. So this is my consolidated profit and loss account, where if you look at my slide, top line is from FY21 is significantly increasing. We almost 100 crore to reach to 200 crore plus, then 150 crore. So we definitely looking this top line wise, we may not reach the same number, but what we are confident about the our bottom line, I'm sure that what are the bottom line we had FY23. We predict we emphasize ourselves to have the margin improvement at least by 10-20% in our bottom line. Next slide, please. So balance sheet wise, we are quite here is our detailed balance sheet for your reference. But I what we are more emphasize right now, how we can reduce our financial cost, how we can improve our almost working capital turnout cycle. So that is our main focus. But definitely you can go through a detailed balance sheet. Next slide, please. So every we just want to highlight on the especially key financial highlights. Turnover wise, we are almost 150 crore plus. Margin wise, I will say that almost we are hitting the 1% plus margin. EBITDA margin is quite improvement, and most our return on equity is also quite good. Almost 10% we are predicting is there, and we want to further improve in coming year period time. Next slide, please. So definitely, if you look at our ROC ratio is almost close to 20%. Our current ratio is close to 2.5. Interest coverage ratio is almost 6x, and debt coverage ratio is less than 1. So basically, I will say that the financial ratios part, we are quite good. We are maintaining our ratios as per the historical
You're
graphs.
wrong. Debt service
For
coverage
sure that
issue wrong.
futurely we want to put it down. We will try to put better performance in
चेक
coming
करो
years.
इंटरेस्ट का होता है डेट सर्विस नहीं डेट इक्विटी रेशियो होना चाहिए देख लेना और
Next slide, please. So definitely, the what is our investment rationale? If you look at, so basically we have good market. So basically, we are the part of the sunrise industry. I will say that this industry is helping us in growing for in coming years. Yeah, government has taken the very prudent and favorable initiatives for the logistics sector. Definitely, that will bring us as an industry. I will say that it will help us as an industry, and definitely being part of the industry will impact. It will impact positively Marine Trans to go further and achieve good numbers in the future.
म्यूट है
And major, as mentioned in the start of the presentation, that we are the customer focus centric company. We put customer as a first, and we always maintain that our statics analysis that our customer stickiness should be maintained. We want to provide them the best services as possible, as far as possible, and our team is fully committed to give the best services to our customer. And last is but mostly on the seasonal management. Management is a, I will say that I just want to just focus on the management as a promoters, but I want to say here that our sales team and our young dynamic people like finance team who are the mix of all the ages, who have the good, who has a good strength, who have good better understanding about the industry, that actually making us the differentiating factor compared to our competitors. Next slide, please. So we have good. If you look at the as we explain the industry, our sustainability green initiatives are there already there. We are doing more, adopting new technologies are there. We are planning for the strategic partnership and networking expansion, going with the various partners. Like we have immediate plan for like planning for custom clearance business. We are planning for some of our partners. We are discussing with them. We are also looking for the transportation companies who are where we can try to provide one-stop solution for customer. So we are looking for the strategic partnership with the client. Next slide, please. So, sustainability at the Marinetrans, basically, I will say that efficient and effective global consolidation of the shipments, improving our paperless operational processes. As a management has taken a lot of initiatives. We are completely, earlier days everything goes in the so many papers. Nowadays everything is online. Management is adopting more technology initiatives so that we can adopt the more going green initiative. Next slide, please. So just to our, I will say our major supplier, that is our major partner. I can say most of the shipping lines are our partners. We are mentioning some few names here: Merck Shipping Line, CMA, Hapag Lloyd, MSC. These are our partners, and few eminent prominent customers we are putting here like Nippon Express or Oceanic Exports. So these are a few customer base, but I am sure we have a client base of more than 200 plus customers who are with us throughout our journey. I will say at least minimum 5 to 6 years a period from where most of the customer are with us minimum. Next slide, please. So, last but not least, the thank you for listening me throughout the presentation, keeping your patience and listening our Marine Transka presentation. Thank you everyone for your patience. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll start with question and answer session. I request all the participants to please post your questions in the comment box. So first question is from Mr. Bumper Robert. How many total offices the company have across India and other countries?
Company have one corporate office in Bombay, and apart from this, one in Hyderabad, one in Ahmedabad. That's the two offices, two branch offices.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Prashant Shah. What is the volumes handled in last 3 financial years?
uh, as a marine trans, we gradually grow. As a you say, our volume is consistently from 8,000 to 15,000 TEUs. We are growing from this year. The if you see that कि अपना जो वॉल्यूम है वो बड़ा ही है, खाली टर्नओवर कम हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ फ्रेट रेट प्राइसिंग वगैरह कम हुआ है, बाकी टर्न वॉल्यूम तो बढ़ रहा है. इस बार 10,000 के ऊपर हम लोग को 12-13,000 तक जाना है. 8,000, 10,000, 13,000.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Bumper Robert. What is the fleet size of the company and what is growth in the same over last 3 years?
हमारे यहाँ पे फ्लीट्स वगैरह कुछ होता नहीं है. हमारे यहाँ पे फ्रेट फॉरवर्डिंग होता है. हम लोग कंपनी से शिपिंग लाइन से लेके हम रिटेल कस्टमर को सेल करते हैं, इसीलिए फ्लीट वगैरह नहीं होता है कंपनी का. तो खाली हम लोग सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करते हैं जो एसेट लाइट मॉडल है टोटल.
So
तो हम
just to
लोग यहाँ
add a
पे
previous point,
ग्रोथ.
we are purely asset light model. But let's say my if my customer is requirement some end to end solution from factory to transport to the port size, then we have our associate partners who come along with us for the transportation business, custom clearance business, and freight business. But as he has mentioned that our major businesses like we are more like a wholesaler on the freight side, and any associated services required, we have our associate partners. We club with them and we provide the one-stop solution to our customers.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Jayesh Marfatia. Revenue and net profit for 6 months for FY 23 and 24.
Praveen will take this question.
Yeah, revenue for this FY 26 month is 65 crores, and for FY 25 we'll close at 150.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Tulika Agarwal. Is the company planning to expand to more geographic locations?
Yes, the company is planning to more branches. हम लोग चाहते हैं कि कंपनी जो अभी 2 ब्रांचेस है इसको ये करके और 3-4 ब्रांचेस खोले, स्प्रेड अक्रॉस द इंडिया टू गेट अ मोर वॉल्यूम और मोर प्रॉफिट कंपनी जनरेट करने के लिए, और कस्टमर बेस भी बढ़ा है इसके लिए हम लोग।
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Kapil Agarwal. What is current EPS of the company?
In FY23, the EPS was 1.79 for the financial year FY23.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Manasvi Botra. Can you throw light on the growth path and growth strategy going forward?
Ashish, you can answer.
So basically, Marinetrans as a company has, as I can clearly, I want to highlight here that during the historical time, company has a constraint of the working capital. So what company, instead of focusing on the constraint, company focus on more is energy and focus on that how we can churn out our existing working capital. So company, what company has done here, differentiatingly compared to my competitors, we hardly give credit period to my customers, but what we do, we more focus on how we can churn out a turnover. So if you look at my business and net worth basis, my net worth is close to net worth plus working capital, I can say that close to 20 cr, but I am successfully able to churn out my turnover 7 to 8 times in particular financial year, which is one of the, I will say, considerably good number in financial year. But definitely, this though we turn out our numbers, turnover we get good numbers, but definitely margin has a pressure because we don't offer the credit period, which is normally industry trained in the this industry. So now going forward, we have good bankers, Industrial Bank with us now. We are IPO proceeding with us. We will more focus on how we can increase our margin going forward. And as Teeraj has mentioned that we are expanding, we are trying to expand more branches across the India, as well as we want to add more service under our umbrella, especially custom clearances and transportation services, which are essential part of our business. I can say that, but definitely we are going to follow the light asset business model.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Gaurav Mehta. Hi, sir. Who are our clients in Turkey project handling?
It's a Turkey project or Turkey project. It's something confusing. Is like that. Turkey is we are not handling any Turkey project right now.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Bharti Agarwal. Do we have any periodic service providing arrangements for any of our clients? What is a report business from them? What is the repeat business from them?
यस, हम लोग जो बिजनेस करते हैं, हमारे पास जो सर्विस हम लोग फिलहाल जो दे रहे हैं फ्रॉम लास्ट 19 years, हमारे पास जो क्लाइंट्स है ये मोर देन 15 years है, हमारे साथ ही बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनको हम लोग जो सर्विस देते हैं पर्सनलाइज सर्विस विद पर्सनलाइज सॉल्यूशंस, तो हमारे पास पहले से वो लोग मोर देन, अगर एवरेज क्लाइंट आप देखो तो करीबन 10 के ऊपर जाता ही है, नहीं तो मोर देन 15 years है। इवन आवर स्टाफ ऑल्सो तो वही है, तो उसकी वजह से हम लोग के पास जो भी क्लाइंट आते हैं उनको अगर एक कंटेनर दिया, वो बोलते हैं कि हमारा पूरा ऑल डेस्टिनेशन तुम लोग हैंडल करो। इसकी वजह से हम लोग ने जो स्टार्ट किया था खाली वन डेस्टिनेशन, आज हम लोग ग्लोबल प्लेयर करके माने जाते हैं मार्केट में।
Okay.
Repeat business will be more than 70%.
Okay. One more question from Bharti. What are our competitive advantages, fees we charge, delivery time, our network?
ऐसा भी फ्रेट फॉरवर्डर हम लोग जो देते हैं वो सर्विस पे ही डिपेंड होता है, हमारा सर्विस ही है जो मेन की पॉइंट है, हम लोग सर्विस पे ही कंसंट्रेशन मेन है हमारा। हमारे पास इंडिपेंडेंट डिपेंडेंट जैसा क्लाइंट होता है उसके हिसाब से डिपेंडेंट टोटल डिपेंडेबल कस्टमर सर्विस होता है उनके लिए ही, उनको जिस तरह से चाहिए सर्विसेज वो प्रोवाइड करते हैं 24/7, नॉट इवन इवन ऑन द कोविड टाइम ऑल्सो हम लोग घर पे बैठ के सबको सर्विस दे रहे थे। इसकी वजह से हमारा बिजनेस ग्रो ही हुआ है। और फीस जो चार्जेस है मार्केट में, हम लोग बड़े प्लेयर्स है, इसके लिए हमको जो फ्रेट चार्जेस वगैरह मिलता है, जैसा होलसेलर रिटेलर कॉन्सेप्ट में हमारा फीस दूसरों से सस्ता होता है, उसके हिसाब से सब क्लाइंट हमारे साथ ही काम करना प्रिफर करते हैं। और डिलीवरी टाइम और नेटवर्क जो है हम लोग बेस्ट ऑफ द सर्विस, बेस्ट ऑफ द लाइंस में देते हैं, जैसा क्लाइंट को किसका सर्विस पसंद है। इवन देयर आर डिफरेंट वेंडर्स लाइक अ मर्क्स लाइन, सीएमए लाइन, एज पर सर्विस के हिसाब से, एज पर उन लोग का डिलीवरी के हिसाब से हम लोग लाइन चूज करके उन लोग को एडवाइस करते हैं।
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Ananya Swaminathan. Do you expect any positive, negative regulation from for logistics industry?
Uh, First, I will tell you the positive side of the industry. Government has taken a total initiative to develop this industry, as government know that कि हम लोग यहाँ पर कोविड के टाइम पे भी एसेंशियल में थे, उसकी वजह से हमारा बिजनेस ग्रो हुआ है। इसके हिसाब से गवर्नमेंट भी इस इंडस्ट्री के ऊपर ज्यादा फोकस कर रही है। तो गवर्नमेंट ने 2-3 अनाउंसमेंट किए हैं, जो है भारतमाला प्रोजेक्ट, सागरमाला प्रोजेक्ट, नेशनल लॉजिस्टिक पॉलिसीज एंड डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर, ये सब चालू है। डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर तो ईस्टर्न साइड ऑलरेडी चालू हुआ है, और नेशनल पॉलिसी के थ्रू गवर्नमेंट बहुत सारा डेवलपमेंट कर रही है, पॉलिसीज वगैरह इजी कर रही है। भारतमाला इज अ टोटल अबाउट द रोड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इनसाइड द इंडिया, इज कनेक्टिंग फ्रॉम ईस्ट टू वेस्ट, नॉर्थ टू साउथ। और सेम लाइक सागरमाला, सागरमाला प्रोजेक्ट इज कनेक्टिंग द ऑल द कोस्टल इन वन गो। उसी तरह से ये इसमें ये गवर्नमेंट का पॉजिटिव इनिशिएटिव है जो डेवलप करने के लिए। हाँ, नेगेटिव रेगुलेटरी फिलहाल तो ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं, ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ अनफोर्सिंग सर्कमस्टेंसेस लाइक अ वॉर, जैसा इंटरनेशनली कुछ पॉलिसीज चेंज हो गए, दिस विल डायरेक्टली अफेक्ट अस। जियोपॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन उसको बोलते हैं। थैंक यू।
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Sanikha Khemani. Who are your main competitors?
मेन कॉम्पिटिटर्स में, जैसा हम लोग बोलते हैं कि मेन कॉम्पिटिटर्स में कौन सा भी बड़ी कंपनीज नहीं है, छोटा मोटा कंपनीज जो है वही आता है, जो अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर से। मेन कंपटीशन हमको वहीं पे आता है। जो भी हमारा बड़े कंपनीज जो है उसके साथ हमारा कंपटीशन नहीं होता। दे आर द वेरी बिग, लाइक ऑल कार्गो वगैरह कंपनी हो गया, इट्स वेरी बिग, तो वी आर नॉट इनटू द कंपटीशन टू देम। एक छोटा मोटा प्लेयर्स ही जो है, छोटा सीएचए हो गया, छोटा फॉरवर्डिंग कंपनी हो गया, वही हमारा कंपटीशन में होते हैं। बड़े कंपनीज
Just to
को
add, just to add Dheeraj's point in the list, when I say I am looking at the listing part or listed companies part, there is no direct company who are direct competitor to us. So there are a lot of logistics companies are listed. Almost I will say that 50 to 60 companies are listed on the logistics space. But when it's come to freight forwarding and specialized purely on the sea freight, we don't have direct competitor. You can say indirect competitors are there in the market, like Jetfed is there, East West is there. These are the companies are there, but they are not my direct competitors. Their segment is they are more focused on the air side. We are more focused on the sea freight. But if you look at it as an industry, yes, directly indirectly they are all competitors.
Okay. So move on to next question. From Ms. Anjali. What are our future plans to increase top line and margins?
the thing is like that, we increase the top line, we want to open a new branches, 1-2 ब्रांचेस और ओपन करना है। मेजरली 1-2 नहीं, 3-4 ब्रांचेस जो अक्रॉस द इंडिया जो चले। जैसा अभी एक कॉरिडोर, नेशनल सागर नेशनल लॉजिस्टिक पॉलिसी और डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर के थ्रू जो गवर्नमेंट ने इनिशिएटिव लिया है, ऑल ओवर इंडिया ग्रोथ होने वाला है। और वॉल्यूम अगर हमारा देखेंगे, इज नॉट इवन 1% फ्रॉम द जेएनपीटी। तो देयर विल बी अ लॉट ऑफ स्कोप टू इंक्रीज टॉप लाइन। हमारे पास मार्केटिंग टीम बढ़ाओ, ब्रांचेस बढ़ाओ, उस तरह से करके हम लोग टॉप लाइन बढ़ाने के लिए सब जगह से हम लोग स्टाफ बढ़ा के और ब्रांचेस बढ़ा के टॉप लाइन मैनेज कर सकते हैं। सेम लाइक मार्जिन के लिए हम लोग और एक कर रहे हैं कि 3PL, 3PL भी हम लोग कर रहे हैं फ्रॉम डोर टू डोर, उसमें क्या है मार्जिन हम लोग को ज्यादा बेनिफिट मिलता है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस हम लोग आगे जाके ये सोच रहे हैं कि जैसा CHA वर्क हो गया, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन हम लोग आउटसोर्स करते हैं, धीरे धीरे हम सोच रहे हैं कि उसको इनसाइड द कंपनी लेके आके छोटा मोटा शेयर स्वैप एक्विजिशन करके, तो उसको इनसाइड द कंपनी लेके आएंगे तो हम लोग प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इजीली बढ़ा सकते हैं।
Just to add his Dheeraj's point on this part, I just want to highlight one more thing. See, we have already diversified customer base. Currently, we are not offering them the major credit period, but as a management, we have taken the prudent way that yes, we need to focus on our existing customer where we already have track record with them, dealing with them in the past. So now, as a company, we want to provide them the more services instead of just freight forwarding services. For example, we are in talk with some of few customers who want us to handle their transportation, custom clearance services, freight management, and destination services as well. So Dheeraj has come up with the innovative idea that yes, these are the area where we need to focus going forward, and definitely we want to provide the one-stop solution for our customers, so that customer has shown us the trust in our services from last so many years. We want to provide them the similar services which are essential for them, which actually they many customers struggling nowadays. We want to add that services under our umbrella through various joint venture, so that we can provide door to door service to them.
Okay. Move on to next question from Mr. Dhromil Kanani. During the periods of declining freight rates, what strategies were employed to manage the situation and how effective were they?
ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ डिक्लाइनिंग फ्रेट रेट्स, इसमें फ्रेट रेट जब डिक्लाइन होता है तो अपॉर्चुनिटी हमारे लिए भी बढ़ता है कि वर्किंग कैपिटल का जो हम लोग ज्यादा लगा के वॉल्यूम्स ज्यादा बढ़ा सकते हैं, और अपना जो प्रॉफिट है, प्रॉफिट जो रहता है उसको प्रॉफिट मार्जिन इंक्रीज करता है। हमारा प्रॉफिट मार्जिन फिक्स नहीं रहता है किसी भी इसमें, तो हम लोग क्या है डेफिनेटली उसको अलग अलग कस्टमर को अलग अलग प्रॉफिट मार्जिन लगा के बेचते हैं, और वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज करके हम लोग इसको स्टेबिलाईज कर सकते हैं। हम लोग यही चाहते हैं कि थोड़ा सा और बेस बढ़ा के कस्टमर, क्यों हम जैसा मैंने आपको लास्ट में भी बताया, वी आर नॉट इवन 1% ऑफ द टोटल JNPT वैल्यू, तो हमारे पास बहुत बड़ा बेस है जो हम कस्टमर इंक्रीज करके मार्जिन बढ़ा के फ्रेट रेट जो कम हुआ है उसको कवर अप करने के लिए और मार्जिन इंप्रूव करने के लिए।
And just to add his point, also Dheeraj has just mentioned right now. See, we as a company has just want to purely move from purely freight forwarding company to integrated logistics player. For that, company has taken the initiatives like we are planning to add CHM, the custom clearance businesses, transportation business under our umbrella, so that we can give them the overall services to our customer. And see, people are in our industry, freight rates are going down is not something constraint as a company to us. We are more focused on the volume. We always focus on the volume, how we can increase our volume. See, freight is a something, there's a demand supply mismatch. Something can happen on the shipping line industry, but practically our focus is always remain on volumes. How we can increase our volume over the period of time. That's our main forte. And for to maintain that, only company has. If you look at our history, we early started only business from Middle East countries. Then we moved to small like African countries, then European countries. Now we are also started working in the American countries. So basically, I want to say that we are expanding our geography over the period of time. So freight is not a overall constraint for us. Though freight is going down, is good for us because we have better utilization of working capital.
Okay. Move on to next question from Bharti Agarwal. What is our staff strength?
We have a total staff strength of India is 50.
Okay. Next question is from Deepika Chadha. What are margins on marine freight and air freight?
I will take
Ashish.
this point. I will take this point. So, see, I just want to tell you that the marine freight and air freight, these two businesses are totally different. The mathematical, if you look at the formula, the volume wise, you can do the comparison also properly. The overall margin, if you look at, is totally depend on which sector you are working on, which geography you are serving right now, depend on that. For example, let's say if I doing my ocean freight business, let's say in US sector, my gross margin will be 10%, 12%. But let's say if I do the similar business, let's say in Middle East side, my gross margin may be only 5%. So I will say it's a function of geographies, which geography you are serving, which sector you are serving, what is the demand supply. So similar sector has given different margin at different timing. So I will say that it's totally linked with what kind of demand supply is going on during that time. For example, right now the Christmas is there. Christmas is going on. Christmas is right now we are closer to Christmas. So when if you do any export, let's say for European countries or let's say North America, South America, in particular geographies, right now freights are very high. So air freight industry, what are they are doing the export right now by with the help of air route, their margins will be very good right now at this stage because demand is high and supply is that limited. What are the airlines says that's the space. So now you can see very good margins during this peak season as of now. But when you look at the marine business also, marine also doing good in during this season because for us, but we are like a more like an advanced business. So people already know that if I had to reach in during let's say 1st December or let's say 10th of December, they give us the plan 3 months before. So my margins are definitely better than during my peak season, basically linked to the global demand and supply. I will say that, but I will say comparison of putting marine freight versus air freight is not a right way to take it.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Sanika Kimani. You have said that we can expect the bottom line to improve by 10 to 20%. So how are we going to achieve that? And by when can expect this improvement?
I will take. I will.
Yeah, Ashish.
So I just want to, during my presentation, I mentioned that. So I am talking about my bottom line is close to 1.5% as of now, correct? So I am calculating 20% on that number. So if they're feeling, I think they if they're assuming that yeah, I move from 1.5% to almost 5-10% straight away, that's not going to happen overnight. But what measures we are taking or what things we are achieving, first of all thing that we want to more focus on the customers who are our existing customer. We want to provide them our existing, add more service to them so that we can add more margins to our business. For example, as Tiras just mentioned during the discussion, that if we provide transportation, custom clearances, freight services in India and abroad, if we club all these services, my gross margin, which is right now, let's say close to 6-7%, will straight move to 8 to 10%. So my bottom line, what you're looking 1.5%, it may improve to 2.5%. So it's totally depend on how quickly we turn out our total solution services to our customers. For that, as a company, we have taken a lot of new initiatives. We are already in touch with our existing customers. We already speaking with them on regular basis, and we already started door-to-door services, which we are not able to do in our historical trend. But now I will say in last 6 months, 8 months, we already started the business that will definitely help us to improve our margins in current financial year. Apart from that, company has done a lot of R&D work in the warehousing segment with the limited capital. And I can say that after the 2.5 years experience, we are now in position to launch our own warehousing services. Currently, we are doing the services with the help of our partners, but definitely going forward, we post our IPO once we have the fund in our hand. We'll put part of the money in the warehousing services. Warehousing businesses definitely give us the steady revenue over the period of time, and the margins are definitely better compared to our freight forwarding business, and our margin will definitely improve because the moment we start putting bouquet services to my customer as a package deal, my overall GP and NP will improve further.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Ananya Swaminathan. Any plans for business acquisition?
So as a company, we don't want to acquire anybody as of now, but what we are looking is a strategic partnership, and definitely if we decide strategic partnership, that we want to do it with the help of share swap, not in any cash deal. So yes, we are actively in touch with some custom clearances companies, transportation companies who are directly complementary to our business, but as of now, it's at the initial stage of the discussion, and we look forward to add in our kitty as a strategic partner, as a partner, not through our acquisition.
Okay. Move on to next question from Dhrumal. Is there ownership of the fleet or does the company collaborate with external services providers?
Uh, this is I already answered last. We doesn't have any fleets, but we are doing with the channel partners for this, like transportation and CHA logistics works. So we don't have any fleets.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Gaurav Mehta. Would funds raised be sufficient to smoothen working capital cycle?
Ashish.
Yeah, so I will say that management is confident about once we raise the funds, the our working capital constraint will be addressed, and definitely what are the expansion plan we have that will be fruitful with the help of our IPO proceedings. We can use the money efficiently, and we already have a plan to do that. But definitely, I will say that the additional working capital what we will get from the IPO proceeding will help us to improve our margins. We as a company has clear cut strategy. Our existing customers are asking us more services, we will target them first, and our existing customer will provide the additional services like custom clearances and transportation. That will add up to increase my gross margin profitability for sure, and working capital constraint will not be there anymore. And I personally, we as a team has analyzed our fund requirement. We feel that it will be smoothen our working capital cycle and help us to improve our business in coming days.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Rahul Jain. So, what is the strategic growth that we are looking at in the next 3 years?
Ashish.
So I don't want to give the futurist any statement here, but what I want to say here that yes, as a company we are positive our future prospectus. We are more focused on our business. Our main areas to how to increase our business, how to focus on customers. That we are assured that we will focus more on our existing customer base. We will try to provide the best our service to our customers. Definitely, I will say that our major concentration on our customer service, and once we focus on customer service and our business existing customer, I will say getting the better number is a byproduct of our service. So we as a company more focus on the services. We believe that once we give the better service to our existing customer, automatically my top line bottom line will improve.
Okay. Next question is from from Green Apple Life Science. Any plans to add fleet in future?
Future to increase the profit, we definitely have a soft plan to acquiring a small transporter or CHAs to increase the profit. This is a future plan. Do through a share swap.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Snehal Pertesi. What is the process plan for warehousing vertical?
Ashish.
So basically, as I mentioned earlier in the call, that we already have, if just to explain you that in the past, yes, we have done a lot of R&D work before entering into warehousing segment. So we have taken a very cautious call that we started our journey with the partners. We have channel partners with whom we are currently doing the warehousing business, and we had sometime good business, good experience, bad experience while doing this warehousing business with our some customer base. But now we reached to the conclusion that yes, now we are in the shape where we can handle ourselves warehousing business, and definitely we want to take start with the light asset model only. We will take some warehouse space, like company has already identified some spaces in Mumbai itself, where that services will be complementary to my existing customer base. So our major focus is that what are my existing customer required, or they are in the particular geography. We are trying to start the warehouse business. Warehousing will buy, we will actually take the on long term lease basis the warehouse and provide service to our existing customer. And that geography wise plan and everything we identified, and we are planning to start this vertical in current financial year itself.
Okay. Next question is from Miss Ishank Bansal. Debt service covering ratio was 0.5. How do you see it, and what is the target capacity volume including capex are you eyeing in?
Ashish.
Yeah. So basically, if you look at our company, we are definitely we try to improve our numbers going forward. But as a capex, if you look at, we are not basically we don't want to change our business from model from light asset business model to heavy asset business model. So capex wise, we are not aggressive to do more invest on the capex side. We want to remain the light asset side business model only. But what are the capex we are planning to do is more like a for us, more like a associated business, or I will say backward integration for us, where my customer require that services immediately. For example, just like on the transportation part, yes, transportation is very crucial part for us. So there are lot of situations that you are not getting the containers, you are not getting the vehicles on time. So we want to add transportation services in our business, or as a service to us, but not 100%. I will say I will do acquire, but yes, part of the vehicles we can acquire, but majorly we will go with the partnership with some of our channel partners who can actually help us to given the smoother service to my existing customer base. So just to add this, yes, we are not planning for any capex plan, heavy capex plan. We will remain light, want to be remain as a light asset company only.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Gaurav Mehta. What are challenges faced by company due to lower pricing power?
लोअर प्राइसिंग पावर जब कंपनी को मिलता है, व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस फेस द कंपनी को जब लोअर प्राइसिंग मिलता है तो इससे बेनिफिट ही होता है कि हमारा जो होलसेल रिटेल कॉन्सेप्ट में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जो लोअर प्राइस को हम लोग कस्टमर को सेल करके ज्यादा कस्टमर एक्वायर करते हैं, और उसके हिसाब से हमारा प्रॉफिट भी बढ़ता है, कस्टमर्स का रीच भी बढ़ता है, और न्यू क्लाइंट्स भी कंपनी के साथ इंटीग्रेट होते हैं. तो इसमें क्या है, दोनों का बेनिफिट है, विन विन सिचुएशन जैसा. हमारा भी विन विन सिचुएशन है, क्लाइंट्स का भी विन विन सिचुएशन है. जो क्लाइंट्स का कस्टमर कॉन्फिडेंस गेन होता है और वो हमारे साथ ज्यादा दिन तक रहते हैं.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Deepika Chadda. Can you please explain our arrangement with JC Trans Agency Network and Cooperative Logistics Network? How does it work and how revenue sharing happens?
हाँ, एक जेसी ट्रांस नेटवर्क एजेंसी है, एक ग्लोबल नेटवर्क एजेंसी है. इसमें मोर देन 500 to 700 एजेंट्स होते हैं ग्लोबली ऑल ओवर. तो जब हम लोग इसका सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते हैं, ईयरली सब्सक्रिप्शन होता है अराउंड $3,000 के आसपास. जब हम लोग इसका ईयरली सब्सक्रिप्शन देते हैं, हम लोग को इसके अंदर $50,000 से $1 लाख का इंश्योरेंस बेनिफिट मिलता है. अगर इफ यू लॉस द मनी, दे विल पे अस इन दैट. और ऑल ओवर ग्लोबली हमको उसका एजेंट ऑपरेशन करने के लिए मिलता है, और नो रेवेन्यू शेयरिंग इन दिस. वॉट एवर वी कंसाइनिंग देम, वी आर secured, and whatever they consign it to us, they are secured about their money. And local charges में सब लोग ये करते हैं, जैसा they will कंसाइनर टू सो हम लोग हमारा लोकल चार्जेस लेते हैं, जैसे हम लोग उस लोगों को कंसाइन करते हैं वो लोग का लोकल चार्जेस लेते हैं, नो शेयरिंग बेसिस.
Okay. Next question is from Rujul Jain. Will the company in future look towards venturing into a shipbroking business as well?
आई विल टेल कि हम लोग तो लॉजिस्टिक इंडस्ट्री है, देयर इज नो दिस थिंग बिटवीन शिप ब्रोकिंग, उसमें सब जाना फिलहाल. दैट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ बिजनेस. वी आर इज अ फ्रेट फॉरवर्डिंग बिजनेस ours.
Okay. Uh, Next question is from Mr. Gaurav Mehta. What steps we are taking to increase our presence in North America?
Yes, North America is a good. तो North America is a good margin sector for us. We are already doing for Brazilian sectors all, and नॉर्थ के लिए वी हैव अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इन अदर शिपिंग लाइंस जो नॉर्थ अमेरिका के लिए जाते हैं. अलग अलग शिपिंग लाइन के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है हमारा. वी आर डूइंग द डोर डिलीवरीज ऑल्सो. तो हम लोग वही बिजनेस पकड़ते, पोर्ट टू पोर्ट बिजनेस छोड़ के इनसाइड जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन डोर डिलीवरीज पकड़ते हैं जिसमें मार्जिन अच्छा है. तो वी ऑलरेडी हमारा मार्केटिंग टीम में हम नॉर्थ इंडिया के लिए, नॉर्थ बिजनेस के लिए अलग से टारगेट मीट करने के टारगेट्स होता है, उसके हिसाब से हम लोग नॉर्थ इंडिया बिजनेस ज्यादा ये करते, केटर करते.
Okay.
सॉरी, नॉर्थ अमेरिका.
Next question is from Mr. Abhishek Yadav. What were the capital expenditures, capex incurred in the last 2 years, and what is the anticipated capex for the next 3 years?
आशीष.
Yeah. See, as we mentioned very clearly that we are the less light asset model company. We don't own any assets. So in the historical numbers also, we have not put any greater amount of capex in any investment. And going forward also, we don't have any plan to do any capex plan. So we want to remain light asset model company only going forward as well.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Ananya Sominathan. What is our current market share in the industry in the organized sector?
So practically to answer this question is very difficult. But if you look at a broader, I will say broader ratio in the logistics sector. If you look at, I will say 15% to 20% is organized, almost 80% is unorganized. But to define the particular number in organized sector, it will be difficult. But the way Mr. Tiras has mentioned in the past that as if we look at by the volume, by as a straightforward company, we are not even 1% of the total volume of the, I will say, Jane Putty port. So I will say our to view as an industry or our market share, you can say that we view ourselves as a market share when it's come to volume. We always compare ourselves what is my volume compared to my particular port or particular industry. We do comparison there, but I don't think this is a relevant number we can give any exact. We don't have any concrete answer for that organized market share.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Snehal. What is the current export scenario in the Indian market?
As I see, the Indian market is growing day by day. अभी मार्केट स्टेबल है ड्यू टू द वॉर इन यूक्रेन एंड Israel, but it's growing day by day. That's why the government has already announced two three project. I already told that Bharatmala, Sagarmala, National Logistic Policy, and dedicated corridors. This will be definitely improve the market better whatever the previous. दिस थिंग। और ऊपर से अगर देखो जाए तो सब चाइना प्लस वन पॉलिसी जो सब लोग लेके चल रहे हैं आज के तारीख में, अपार्ट फ्रॉम चाइना सब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बड़ा बड़ा कंपनीज इंडिया में आई है जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कर रहे हैं, नया नया प्रोडक्ट्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ है सब। ये सब ग्रोथ जो है एक्सपोर्ट होना है, इसका प्रोडक्ट सब एक्सपोर्ट होएगा, देयर विल बी अ लॉट ऑफ ग्रोथ फॉर इंडियन मार्केट।
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Prathamesh. How will the issue money will be used?
आशीष।
So basically, our maximum, I will say, major proceeding. What will we have the expenses towards our IPO? That will be will go first, and we will put maximum amount of money for working capital utilization, and definitely we have the part of the money will go for the uh, branch expansion plan. What we have for India, so we are planning to open at least 4 or 5 branches in India. So that is a part of the money will go there. We are planning to expand our basically team size. We want to increase more team size. Currently we are at 50, but we want to add more people, senior level people in our team, so that various geographies we can target. Third is that the warehousing business, we already have certain particular customer base we are in our mind. So keeping that customer base, we want to start with leasing model in warehousing, and want to start our own warehousing segment business. Apart from that, the transportation, especially on the transportation side, we have some strategic partners in our mind. So we will try to deal with them on the strategic side. We may form some kind of JV with them, so that we can actually want to provide in-house services for the custom clearance and transportation business. So few proceeding will, part of the proceeding will go for that joint venture also.
Okay. Next question is from Green Apple Life Science. What is customer concentration top five shares in the total top line?
एस आई अर्लियर टोल्ड, जैसा मैंने बताया हमारा कस्टमर्स में किसी में भी 5% से ऊपर नहीं है, 5% भी नहीं है कोई। हम लोग कोई भी इंडस्ट्री में ऐसा नहीं बोलते कि डिपेंड नहीं है, जैसा बोलते हैं कि फार्मास्यूटिकल में ज्यादा हो या कारपेट इंडस्ट्री में ज्यादा हो। हमारा सब क्लाइंट्स है बहुत ज्यादा डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है। इस मोर देन 700 to 800 क्लाइंट्स, ऑल आर अ स्मॉल 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 क्लाइंट्स। इसीलिए कोई भी कस्टमर में हमारा डिपेंडेंसी कम है। अगर इन केस अगर कौन सा भी इंडस्ट्री कोलैप्स होता है, वी हार्डली हैव एनीथिंग ऑन दैट। तो उसके हिसाब से इतने सालों से हम लोग मार्केट जो भी ऊपर जाओ नीचे जाओ, वी आर अ वेरी स्टेबल कंपनी, वी आर अ वेरी सस्टेनेबल कंपनी। उसके हिसाब से हमारा फुटहोल्ड भी ज्यादा है। और क्या है, जैसा मैंने बताया, जो भी कस्टमर है हम लोग उसको ज्यादा रिटेंशन करते हैं, उसकी वजह से कंपनी इज वेरी स्टेबल।
Okay. Next question is from Miss Anjali. What are our future plans to increase our top line and bottom line?
यस, ये इसका आंसर मैंने लास्ट टाइम भी दिया था। जैसा हम लोग थोड़ा सा ब्रांचेस डेवलप करेंगे ऑल ओवर इंडिया और मार्केटिंग टीम से ऐड करेंगे, जिस तरह से हम लोग और आवर शेयर इज नॉट इवन 1% इन खाली जेएनपीटी का टोटल वॉल्यूम का। तो देर विल बी अ लॉट ऑफ स्कोप फॉर एवरीवन इन द मार्केट। और इवन हमारे लिए भी बहुत बड़ा स्कोप है कि हम लोग ज्यादा बिजनेस करके प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी भी बढ़ा सकते हैं। जैसा 3PL 4PL करके हम लोग मार्जिन भी बढ़ा सकते हैं।
Okay. One more question from Anjali. Currently, we are operating in 35 countries as displayed in the presentation. Do we have any plans to increase our reach?
यस, डेफिनेटली हम चाहते हैं कि ग्लोबल ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड करे। 35 कंट्रीज तो मेजरली जाता है, ऐसा कौन सा भी नहीं है कि हम लोग कंट्रीज करते नहीं है। मेजर जो वॉल्यूम इधर ही जाता है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, हर एक कंट्री का रीच हम लोग कर सकते हैं। कस्टमर का कहीं भी हो, डोर डिलीवरीज हो, कुछ भी 3PL 4PL, हम लोग ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड कैटर करने के लिए हम लोग वी हैव अ टीम।
Okay. Next question from Deepika Chadda. What are our future growth strategies?
Ashish.
As we mentioned earlier, so future strategy is basically the expansion of the branches, adding more people in our team, adding starting a warehousing business, joint venture with our basically warehousing partners, warehousing companies, transportation companies, custom companies. These are the what initiatives we are planning. We already started these initiatives, I will say, in last 6 months, and we want to go further on this initiative, continue with the initiative, so that we can try to provide one-stop solution to our customers.
Okay. Uh, Mr. Anurag is Shah saying all the best for your upcoming IPO.
Thank you.
Uh, I think we have covered majority of questions. Now we'll conclude. Thank you, Tiraji, Ashish ji, Praveen ji, Nikhil ji, Dinesh ji for giving insights about the company and IPO to the investors community. And thank you, investors who participate for the IPO roadshow. Thank you once again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.